It's a general overview of how to use Google Slides. It's part of Google G Suite, so you're going to come up here to Google Apps, pick it out of one of the G Suite apps right here, Slides, left click. It will open, and ideally you're going to go to, in this case, a blank one, or I'm going to go to a blank one. If I make the assignment, I want a title usually, and I want to know who it's by. So that's what you might use the subtitle for. You're going to need a certain number of slides and a way to add slides. A couple of ways. One way, you can hit enter over here and it adds it, or you could come up here to slide and new slide. It'll add one in there. So those are a couple of ways to add slides. On your second slide, you're going to need a title of some type. Or slide one title, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you're going to have a name for it. This is just for illustration purposes. And right here, you would have, I always say, usually I'll say 3 to 5 bullets. No more than 5, no less than 3. And a bullet is just an entry, and also no more than 5 words. So it'd be like info 1 or info 2 or info 3. And you want bullet points beside each one of those. And when I say bullets, I just mean dots. So if you were to look for bullets up here, you're probably not going to see it. Let's go ahead and highlight, left click and drag our text there. And let's try to make it a bulleted list. See those little ellipses right there? That means there's more, there's something else. And so you can look right here. You have how you can align it, center, right, left, middle, your line spacing, if you wanted to put numbers. But here's our bulleted list right here. Right, well, let's go back. I'm going to undo that. It's a good thing about Word and Docs. You can always undo. So we're going to make our bullets right here. Left click, there they are, all 3 of them. And I'll talk about you can add to the value of your presentation by having animations. Now you could animate this list right here if you want to. An animation just means put some motion on it. Alright, you could do it here if you want, or you can come up here to insert and do it. Let's make it right here since it's handy. Now left click on that, and it gives you the opportunity to have them fade in right here, or let's see what else you can do. I'm going to make them fly in from the right, okay? And it gives you an opportunity to look at what it looks like. So and it says do it on click, right? On click, and so I'm going to click right there, and here they all 3 come, but I want them to come in one at a time. And the way I need to go about that is to click this little box right here by paragraph. Okay, Google and Word both think of any kind of line entry as a paragraph. I never thought of it that way, but that's how they think of it. Let's see what happens now when I click by paragraph. And by click, there's 1, 2, and 3. Let's add a slide down here. I'm going to click on it. Oh, we have to stop it. Click right here, and I'm going to have slide. And I might have a few bullets here, info 1, info 2, and I'm going to make those bullets just like I did that one. I'm not going to go to the trouble animating them, but you would need to get the best grade. Slide 1, info. I'll also talk about transitions between slides. Let's start with the title, and a transition's a little bit different. See, and it asks me right here. It says there's no slide transition. You can do it right here, but let me show you in case that doesn't come up. We're going to go up here to slide and transition. See that? See I did that? Slide and transition. And one that's kind of cool is the gallery effect right here. See, it says there's no transition on it right now, but we want to put the gallery effect on it. Let's just apply it to all slides. You can apply different transition to each slide. Let's apply it to all slides. And when we do that, it'll apply to all slides, and I'm not sure if you added some if it would apply it. I'm guessing it would. But let's play it and see what happens. See, that's the transition you're going to see when you're making your presentation. So that will be helpful. Also, you're going to see, I'm going to usually say one image at least, but no more than 2 or 3 or whatever I say. To get an image on here or a picture, you can do it this way, and I recommend it. Insert, image, and if you're going to get it from the web, right here, left click, and it brings this little panel up over here, and you can type your topic in. Now what I understand is if you type that over here, and then I'm going to be looking for a car wash for some reason, and if you use these, supposedly the user rights are good. In other words, you don't have to give credit and that sort of thing. You can just use them freely and not worry about copyright infringement. You can right click and copy, or you can do like I like to do and just drag. Left click, hold it down and drag. Left click, hold it down and drag. Now it's too big. If you click on the corner, it keeps it proportional. It keeps the height and width proportional. See, I'm bringing it in. I left click and held down on that corner little handle down there, and look what happened. But if I do it straight from the side, it's going to distort it. Oops. Let's undo. That's a good thing about Google Docs and Word for that matter. And if you did it from the bottom up, you're like, it's too tall. No, that distorted it. So you have to go from the handle on that. So now we have our picture. You could animate it just like you did your words. Animate. And we want it to fade in on click. And so let's see what this slide looks like. Taking us all the way back to the beginning. Slide. There's our 3 bullets coming flying in there. And there's our picture. So that's how that works. Also, you may want to put a theme in of some type, and on slide you could excuse me, let's see, I'm not sure where you get your themes from. I think they're just there. If you close all this out, yeah, they're right there, themes. So that's how you can get color in there. Be sure your fonts are big enough to be seen. All those things work together for a nice presentation.